Have you ever looked at someone else's outfit and thought to yourself, that looks terrible, I'd never wear that? Because I know I have. And maybe you said it about one of my outfits, who knows? Well, fashion would be nothing without our differences, and by the end of this video, you'll come to appreciate all styles, even the ones you hate. This video is going to open up your mind. Well, that's the plan anyway, even if it just opens it a little bit. If you like this video at any point, please feel free to drop it a like. And now that's all out the way, let's get into the video. Now, I know I say this all the time on the channel, but if we all liked the same things when it comes to fashion, it would be extremely boring. And we've all had a bit of a taste of this when it comes to trends. When a trend first gets going, it's new, it's fresh, and it's exciting, and you may want to give it a try yourself. But as time goes on, the trend becomes oversaturated, and then everyone gets sick of it and ends up hating on it. Well, the same thing would happen if everyone wore what you liked. We'd all look the same, and you'd lose your individuality, and I'm sure you'd hate that. I know I would. So the next time you're about to make a comment to someone that they should stop wearing Crocs or baggy jeans because you don't like them, take a step back and appreciate their differences, because it's their differences that are allowing your style to stand out. Diversity in fashion is so important because it keeps things exciting and it sparks creativity, leading to new ideas and more unique styles. Whether we realise it or not, fashion helps us connect with other like-minded people. It's not just about looking good, it's about feeling seen. But if everyone liked the same things and wore the same things, there'd be no such thing as self-expression through your clothing, and it would be a lot harder for you to find your tribe. For me, music has always been a big part of my life, and my style has always reflected that, or at least I've tried to reflect that through my style. When I was a young whippersnapper, I was into skateboarding and punk music, so I wore a lot of skate clothing and band t-shirts. When I got into emo, metal and hardcore, I had the emo fringe and the tightest jeans you've ever seen from the women's section in Primark. If you know, you know, but those things were tight. And even now, I can still see elements of those phases in my style today, and music still plays a huge role in my style. And I naturally gravitate towards people who express themselves in a similar way to me, because they likely have shared interests with me, and I've made a lot of my friends this way. And I'm sure you've had a similar experience. Whether it's through music, sports, or a certain aesthetic, your style helps you connect with other like-minded people. And this doesn't mean that you can't get along with people who dress completely different to you. Of course you can. In fact, those differences can spark interesting conversations and broaden your perspective. Either way, fashion brings people together, and it's the variety of different styles that makes those connections possible. I think a variety in style is also very important for history. Without a variety of styles at different times in the past, we couldn't look back through time and appreciate where fashion has come from. And for me personally, I love a lot of 80s fashion, and it's probably my favourite era, but I know a lot of people out there absolutely hate it, and you might be one of them. But whether you like it or not, it's an important part of fashion history, and it's helped shape fashion today and your style today. And how else would we all be on this YouTube channel here today? You wouldn't be watching me right now if we all liked the same things, because fashion channels wouldn't exist. And if you don't like my channel, then the ones that you do like wouldn't exist either. But while we're talking about tribes, if you do want to join this one and you do like the content, then all you have to do is hit subscribe. Looking to others with completely different styles to you can also teach you a thing or two. If you're always around people or taking inspiration from people who dress like you, then it's really easy to get stuck in a style rut, and I've definitely been there before. You end up gravitating towards the same things, and your wardrobe can start to feel a bit repetitive. And even though I have my go-to looks that I wear over and over again, I like how my style has evolved over time and will continue to evolve over time, and other people's styles have influenced that. There's always something you can take away from other people's styles, even if you don't really like their style. And I'm sure this has probably happened to you before, when you see a style or an item of clothing that you absolutely hate, only to start to warm to it as time goes on. For example, you used to absolutely hate loafers because you're into streetwear and you associated them with the preppy style or formal wear. It wasn't until you started to see people wear them who were into all sorts of different styles that you realized how versatile they can be. After finally giving them a go, they've now become a huge part of your style style and you can't imagine your life without them. But the loafer never changed, it's still exactly the same. You just changed the way you looked at it. This has happened to me so many times, but these days I like to keep an open mind and mix and match pieces from all sorts of different styles and incorporate them into my own. I think you get a much more unique look that way. But basically what I've come to learn is if you refuse to explore styles outside of your own, the only person missing out is you. I've learned over the years that we all like different things at different times in our life. Back when I wore skinny jeans, I couldn't imagine wearing anything else, and these days I couldn't imagine wearing those same skinny jeans. Or maybe I can. But what I'm trying to say is there's a chance that the style you're mocking someone else for today will be a style you love in the future, so don't write anything off. There's also no right or wrong when it comes to fashion, so no matter what people wear, there's always going to be people who don't like it. And once you realise this, it makes you a lot less critical towards people's styles that you don't like, and you can start to appreciate them. At the end of the day, fashion is supposed to be fun, and we all share a common interest, a passion for fashion. We all just might do things a little bit differently, but I hope you can see by now why that's a good thing. I'm sorry this video was a little bit shorter this week. I've been a bit ill, so I didn't get to make the video that I wanted to make, but I really enjoyed this one nonetheless. I hope you did too. If you did enjoy it, please do leave it a like. Don't forget to hit subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. And I think that's everything. So I'm just gonna go. So see you later. Oh, has anyone seen my